Today we're going to show you how to install our in-ground locking JBox cover. So the first thing we need to do is we need to remove the existing lid and set it aside. We don't need any of the hardware, none of the bolts. The next thing we need to do is install our anchor. And the first step is to make sure that we understand what's underground. So you get a local marking company to come out and mark everything that's underground to make sure that you don't drill into it. You got to figure out which way the conduits are running, which oftentimes are running lengthwise, but not always. And then find the good spot to install the anchor and drill this in. Going to thread the eye bolt all the way in. You want it to really get all the way down there. You want every thread count you possibly can. Make sure that that's real tight. Hand tight is perfectly fine. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect the ground wire to the existing ground wires in the box if you have them. And so you'll strip the ground wire that's attached to the base, find your grounds in the box, and connect these properly. Once you have your ground wire in place, set your base plate on, making sure that your ground wire and your steel cable come through the openings on each of the four corners. The next thing we do is we take our concrete drill bit with our hammer drill and we drill through all of the openings on the edges. Keep in mind that some of these smaller J boxes have these metal brackets, and because of those metal brackets, your concrete drill bit won't be able to get through that. Generally speaking, 6 holes is plenty to keep this secure. Once you have that done, you will take your impact and you'll install all of your concrete screws into each of the holes that you have. The more the better. Then you take your steel cable right here and you wrap it around your bolt and crank it around a full circle. Make sure that it's nice and tight, and then tighten up that bolt. Once your steel cable is attached, you can cut off the excess. I would leave a little bit on here so that when you do access this box again in the future, you've got a little bit left for your hand to grab it and make sure that it gets pulled tight. Now that you have the base plate fully installed, we are going to set the lid. If you'll notice, it only goes one way. Make sure that the bolt hole's aligned and the tab aligns. And don't worry, you won't get it on if it's not the right direction. Once you have the lid installed, then you take your standard hex key bolt and tighten that up so that it is nice and secure and bolted to the bottom. Once you have your base plate and your lid connected, then you put your puck lock on, and it takes a little bit to get it on right. Make sure that it gets aligned. Slide your finger through the finger groove, slide the pin up, turn the key, and you're locked and good to go. Then close your lid, put in your special bolts, and use this key to secure these bolts. Keep in mind, this key cannot be purchased anywhere except for through end metal theft. This way, nobody can just jump in and steal your stuff. Now that you have everything installed, you're secure and ready to go, and make sure that thieves look at your site and move on to the next one. Have a great day.